You guys are doing well. Today's topic is again offense. We're going to talk about controlling the game, specifically with the ball. There are different ways, two ways I think that you can control the game. You can argue for more with the ball and without the ball. Today we're focusing on what we do or what this team does with the ball. I really like what they do and I like their organization and the cooperations in midfield and forwards um, in order to create scoring opportunities. We're going to focus on the team in yellow, Columbus Crew, when they played a few days ago against Atlanta. 4-4-2 on defense. On offense, 4-2-2-2, something like this, with a player on the width, on 9 in the center channels, as we will see. The team in yellow, the back four, both outside backs, very attack oriented, providing width. On the right side in midfield, providing width every single time. A 1v1 player can get in behind, but also an intelligent player. One of the nines, dropping in between lines, more of a linker. The other one, more of a last line threat. Can also combine, can also run in behind, but it was a very good cooperation from both the nines. Wide midfielder on the left, defending on the left, inside in the center channels on offense to create the 4 versus 3 advantage. And against Atlanta, who played 5-2-1-2, both nines defending against the center backs, forcing the ball to the middle, preventing the outside backs from getting the ball. 3 center backs, specifically because there are 2 nines. We've talked about balance in the past. Wing back, and that is a setup. So let's take a look at the clip first. We're looking at the team in yellow. Okay, as the ball's played to the outside, this is really what you wanted to avoid. This pass, this 9 controls him, and the other 9 controls the other center back. First situation, 2 against 1 against the 10. Okay, this puts the right midfielder in Atlanta in red in a unique situation. Should he step or should he watch the man in behind? And as you know, there's the 4 versus 3 controlling the spaces, and this is this defensive center mid. Okay, so as you can see very clearly, here's the 2 versus 1. Okay, and in the 2 versus 1, okay, this player can stay in front of his reference or get above his reference to create space for him. Okay, so he makes sure he attracts the player, and there's the pass. Now, why is this so easy? It looks very easy to be able to get out for 2 reasons. If they press like this, we solve it with this. That's the general idea. So the central midfielder both approach the two channels closest to the ball. The 10 marks the strong side. As you can see, the 9 that is the more of a playmaker connects to the midfield. This defensive center mid creeps on, and he's caught in the decision: should he step on, he go. This lack of specificity, okay, creates the situation where the 9 has to go. And as you can see, they're both late. They're both kind of in between. So we talked about this movement. Should he stay in front of his reference? Should he get above? Because if this happens, if the 10 gets really close to the center mid on the ball side, space is created here. But again, he moves. He doesn't really do anything, but he got what he wanted. He wanted to move him close enough where he can just get out of the way and open the passing lane to him. At the same time, we discussed the lack of the decision: should I press him, close him down, or watch the space in behind? Okay, he gets late, turns him, and because he left his area, his priority, to do this, which is not a bad decision. Okay, now this space is open all over here. Okay, and that is the idea behind controlling the spaces. If they close the space, this other space is open. So now the ball is here. Switch. As you will see in the clip, they switch it again. okay, to be able to create a scoring opportunity. So we'll go now to advance a little bit. They switch the ball. Okay, now they do advance and get a little bit higher, and they go back to this side of the field. Okay, and this is a very, very good situation. So now you're looking at multiple players controlling more than one player, or at least one player, but there's a lot of them that control two. For example, Zardes here controls the center back and the wing back. At the same time, okay, this player controls center back and defensive center mid. Okay, I apologize. This is the right center back. So two players, still controlling two players. Okay, and this player here controls the right midfielder that provides with a lot and the outside back on the ball. And again, these two players, the ball carrier and the player in between lines, controlling two players. Should I stay here, or should I go and put pressure on the ball? Okay, so this is the picture here. The ball can be played here. If it is, he needs coverage. Okay, that means he needs to get close enough to mark him. That's a problem. Good solution, but at the same time, should I put pressure here, or should I mark the men in behind, and so on. Okay, so at the same time, this creates a lot of space in behind here. Okay, so we talked about the 2 versus 1. Okay, one moves off of the other based on the references and the spaces available. Okay, and now let's go back to the clip. The ball's played to this space. So now we've talked about whenever a defender moves, being able to play the ball in the space in behind, or the space that's created. And this situation is created here. The pass is a little bit difficult to control, but good job by him. But in controlling this is very difficult to do. And then the ball switched. Again, two players deciding on who puts pressure on the ball. And guess where he's going to play? The left back. Okay, so again, always intelligent positioning, putting yourselves in positions where two players are occupied. And by the end, you're having the left back on the ball, almost inside the box. There's your 2 versus 1. The ball's played across. He was more on this side. Okay, and then the ball's played to the width. Okay, so this is the general idea of what happened on that particular moment. Again, controlling the spaces with the ball, with putting players in the right areas to control the spaces in the center channels. That means that with one position you can control 2 players, maybe more, and a good cooperation between lines and sectors, you get a goal, which you saw today. That's it, guys. Thank you. Looking forward to the next one.